Hey guys, Liam here. I'm the owner of Prime Lead Group based in Australia, and I'm a local lead generation agency for service-based businesses. Why Google ad clicks different prices in different areas, and why are they different prices at different times of the day? And the crux of it all is that Google is an auction. That's how the Google ad system runs. It's based on auction. So if you have ever been to a house auction or any sort of auction, the way that it is that people put up what's for sale and then people bid on it. If a lot of people are bidding on it, it'll drive the price up, and then ultimately the person with the highest bid wins. Now, if you're bidding on a really competitive keyword and there's 20 or 30 other people going for that same keyword, that's obviously going to have a lot more interest, and it's going to drive the price up as more people bid on it. Vice versa, if it's a smaller auction, like a less competitive keyword, or maybe a keyword that is a little bit unique, so it might be a certain service area, or you might be running it at certain times of the day, those are all going to have an impact on it. So if you've got a keyword that's a lot less search volume, a lot less people bidding on it, normally you'll be able to get those clicks a lot cheaper. Now, that's all Google Ads really is at when it comes down to it. It's just walking the tightrope, trying to find out, okay, if I can bid this much on this and make this amount of profit based off of this many times I can win this auction, then that's the whole game. What I typically do when I'm looking for areas to go into for local lead generation services, I'm looking for cost per clicks where it's under $7, because at the end of the day, while I'm looking for clients and I'm generating the free leads, that's all coming out of my bank account. And at the end of the day, they're not leads for me. That's just how I go in and market myself to other people. I don't mind putting my money where my mouth is, but that's how I test the market as well. If I'm bidding on these things and there's an area where there's just so much work, but it's an evergreen, if you think of it like virgin ground when prospecting for gold, that's what I'm really looking for. So where the ad costs are nice and low, there's heaps of search volume there, that's the perfect storm for Google Ads. But alternatively, if I go into a big city, I know straight away I'm jumping into a way bigger pond, and I'm not going to be the biggest fish there. There's probably going to be companies with way bigger marketing budgets where they can afford to drop $20, $30, $40 on a click and not have it pan out. Whereas I'm looking at, if I can spend $20 or $30, $40 a day and get a couple of leads, then I'm happy with that, rather than $200, $300, $400 a day. And at the end of the day, it just comes back to the price point that I'm working with, the clients that I'm working with, and they, at the end of the day, like, they have to make money as well as me. Like, they have to make a return on investment, and my whole goal with when I'm doing it is I'm trying to look at a minimum double their money, because if I can have a system that I can go to people and say, hey, look, you give me $1, I'm going to give you $2 back every time, we can work together for a long time, because at the end of the day, you're not losing money, you're always making money. However, the numbers start to get really sexy when you're like over 3, 4, 5x, and that can come down to, if I can find this virgin ground where the cost per click's nice and low, there's nice good search volume, and there's not a lot of people in the marketplace also bidding on those keywords. That's really what I'm looking for, and that's what drives the price action over the Google Ads system. So if your cost per clicks are really high, maybe start looking at different ways people are searching, because maybe the majority of people will look a certain way for a certain service. For example, tree lopping. A lot of people will just search tree loppers near me, but people also search tree removal, tree pruning, and those sort of keywords have a lot less cost per click. And it just comes down to doing your research. Do your research well. Have a look at your cost per clicks test, and when you do find those keywords and the winning formula, that's when you start putting some more money into it, because at the end of the day, you want to scale up once you find these opportunities and really knock it out of the park. So that's why Google Ads can vary so differently across different markets. And it's also as well like your landing page. So if your landing page isn't up to scratch with the right keywords, with the right intent. Same with your ads. If your ads are very generic and you're targeting a very specific keyword, the more specific you can get with both your ad and your landing page will also bring those costs down. But the biggest thing that really drives it is the competitiveness of that keyword. That's why Google Ads has all different prices.